Hey everybody, welcome back to some more early morning barking, talking about BPD and NPD by somebody that has both. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow me on social media and stuff. Did you notice I nearly forgot the name of the channel then? There was a little stumble. Rewind. Don't, it wasn't that interesting, just trust me. I nearly forgot the name of the show then. I'm mentioning that for a reason rather than restarting. Partly because I'm very lazy and I've restarted a video 3 or 4 times at this point, but mainly to make a point. See, if you're watching this video in the far future, you won't really notice this, but if you're following me in real time, you will. I've not made a video in something like 22, 23 days. Somewhere around there. I know it's that many days because YouTube stats tell me when my last video was posted in days, and I'm not counting them personally. And the reason why it's been so long is the topic of today's video. Now, not in the sense that something happened to me and now I have to talk about that thing or anything like that. Mainly in the sense that here was something I was doing regularly. I was in a flow with, doing quite well at the beginning, and then fell off a cliff edge and couldn't make videos anymore. See, that's where I've actually been for the last couple of weeks. I've not been busy or doing something else or making other videos. I've not even been not wanting to make a video. Like not feeling like it. But there's been something stopping me from doing it for a little while, and I passed the point of having to restart it, if you will. So, okay, I'll elaborate. Doing these videos is... yeah, it's relatively easy and straightforward, right? In terms of making videos, this is not a hard production. And I don't necessarily even have trouble talking about the subject matter, right? I know there's some very personal stuff in all of this and some difficult topics, but I've talked about this stuff a lot in a lot of different contexts. And in terms of finding it difficult, I'm kind of over that now. I can pretty much talk about whatever I need to pertaining to the subject without any form of embarrassment or worry about anything like that. But doing them, it takes a particular mind space, state of mind. I need to be feeling it, so to speak. It's a difficult thing to explain, and I'm having a great deal of trouble explaining it right now because I'm having a great deal of trouble feeling it right now. This is kind of a sketchy video, I feel like. And I'm aware of that, and I'm leaving it like this on purpose. See, in that time I've had off, I've got out of that headspace. I've lost the momentum that I had. The muscle memory that I was developing around doing this is gone. I'm kind of surprised at how long it took, you know. I mean, I used to go from making several podcasts a week and then not have a problem if I missed one. What about times when I went on holiday for a couple of weeks or more and just didn't work? I could come back to it. But there's a different kind of energy to it. It needs much more engagement and much more mental power to do, to sort of sit down here and ramble in a particular direction, which can be difficult for me. If I could just talk about anything, that would be great, but these videos wouldn't be useful to anybody. So when I pass this point of no return, it's impossible to define where it is. It means starting again. Because that momentum is lost, because I've forgotten what I was doing. Lost my train of thought, if you like. And so here I am, starting it again. And you can apply this to so many things, right? We're living through a period of time where so many things have been taken away from us against our will, right? We've lost a lot of social contact, a lot of activity, a lot of positive outward things in our lives. And it's soon going to become time to maybe restart some of these. And we've lost the energy, we've lost the momentum, and starting them again is going to be difficult if we even manage it at all. Because it means retaking a first step. It means retaking several steps, depending on what you're doing, doesn't it? I mean, I was quite a way into this. I was doing quite well. My 3 video a week peak was fantastic. And then I started to stumble and tripped and fell. And getting restarted, that's been tough because it means getting up and dusting yourself off, but going back to the beginning. And you're carrying with you a little more than you were the last time you were there, because you're back there. And so now you've got all the guilt and shame associated with, well, I stopped. And then I couldn't get started. And now I'm doing it again, and now I feel like I've lost all this time doing stuff again that I'd already done. And now I don't feel like doing it anymore. Now I'm in a huff. And I've lost something from my life. So the key is really self-forgiveness. God, this is another thing I'm beginning to learn a lot about, right? I was going to do a video about shame. And maybe this one is actually a nice lead in to a video about shame, because there are some shameful elements with this to overcome. Like I say, all that shame about, I've failed another thing, haven't I? I've tripped up. I've done another thing wrong. I got to restart again. Shame. Shame doesn't come with success and doing things right and that sort of thing, unless you're doing naughty things to get there. But the restart, carrying that shame, carrying that guilt, is so very tough. I feel like as well, I'm building up to some sort of, at the end, he's going to tell us how to overcome it and how to restart things. No, it's a pain. You just have to do your own pain-reward equation, right? How much do I know I want to do the thing? How much do I know I enjoy doing the thing? I really like making these videos. I really like sharing this stuff. It helps me emotionally. This is like extra therapy, and it seems to be helping other people, however many of you there are. This is a positive thing in my life. I like it. I enjoy it. I get a lot out of it. But it stopped. And I have to fight this, but you stopped feeling to take that first step again. And I have to be prepared to forgive myself, as I think I was about to start saying. I have to let it go. I have to be okay with the fact that I tripped up. And no one is angry at me for it. There is no outside influence from this. No one has said a word to me about not making videos. I'm trying not to feel too self-conscious about that, by the way. But no one is telling me off, right? I'm not in trouble for what I've done. All of the shame, the guilt, the feelings of failure are entirely my own. They're mine to own. They're coming from me, not from somebody else. They're my own frustration with myself that I'm getting wound up in. And that's what's stopping me restarting. I'm angry at myself for falling down. I'm frustrated that it happened again with something else. If I start again, isn't it just going to happen again? So why restart? Well, all that stuff I said a minute or two ago. I really like this. I really want this. I want to do this. And I know that consciously. Those fears and worries, those things I put up on myself can stop me doing it. And they can build up and they can become a big hill to climb. And I can only imagine that's worse when it's something where somebody might be angry at you. I mean, I'm just talking about me and making videos. Yeah, no one gives a shit. But what if it's something important? It must be so horrible. In fact, it is. I've had my own important things that I've fluffed up time and time again. But the shame that I continue to carry is mine. The guilt is mine. Because I've never deliberately done anything wrong. So I need to forgive myself for things. I need to forgive myself for the time off, for the not feeling great. And say, it's okay that I'm starting again. It's okay to go back to the beginning and read that first chapter again. And I know it gets tough. It's that reading a book thing. You read that first chapter, then something just gets in the way of you reading the book. And by the time you've got time to go back and read more of the book, you've really forgotten the first chapter. So you read the first chapter again, and then something else gets in the way. And by the time you go back to it again, you've forgotten it. So how many times do you read this chapter before you say, sorry, I'm just not getting to read that book? But it's a book I really want to read. So I'm going to have to keep reading that first chapter. And as exhausting as it might get, eventually I'll get to chapter 2. And if I just keep on going at it, eventually I'll finish the book. And maybe I'll have read that first chapter so many times, I just don't need to read it again. I'm not quite there with videos yet because this is a weird thing for me. But God, if only this was audio or I could like cut away and do other things. There are so many simple things I could do to make these videos even easier to produce that I don't do. It's a pain, but I like this one-off ramble thing. I don't know how many edits I've ever done of videos, but it does make them difficult, and that makes them daunting, and that makes them necessary to restart, to build up that confidence and the way of speaking, all of it. My mind is generally too disorganized for stuff like this. I work much better in audio form that can be heavily edited down later. So I'm restarting. I'm stumbling over words. I'm positioning my camera slightly differently because I can't figure out how I had it before. A couple of weird things. It's earlier in the day. It's not gone dark enough outside, so you can't really see that it's purple in here. So many things. But it's chapter 1 again, right? Gotta do it because it precedes chapter 2. And I was getting on to chapter 4 or 5 at one point. So I've got a lot of rereading to do. But if I keep remembering that I enjoy this book, I want to see how it ends, then I can keep on. Please apply that to any aspect of your life that you feel it's relevant to. There you go. I'm just talking about books and videos and shit, but this could be so many things. There's so many things where you just stop going, you just stop doing it for a week and then, I can't get back into it. And you feel that guilt and that shame. They're generally, do you know what? I find it generally surrounds stuff that involves an aim of self-improvement anyway. Right? For me, these videos are partly a bit of self-improvement, right? I mean, apart from the therapeutic aspect, it's doing something regularly. It's maintaining a schedule and a pattern. It's talking positively about stuff I've been through. This is a good thing for me, but it might be going to the gym. You know, it could be anything. things that we do that involve making ourselves better and happier, and when we don't do them, we think we ruined it. And then you end up doing nothing and just feeling more miserable. So the key is reread the book. Yeah, that's what I'm going with. Reread the book. Maybe you forgot some stuff anyway. How much attention were you really paying? Were you just skimming it? I'm being silly now. I'm going to stop talking. It's probably been long enough. Anyway, I'll do another video and hopefully that will be better than this one. Which is not to do this down. Well, I've just spent the last 15 minutes talking about it. I'll see you later. Bye.